for the opening ceremony for this Congress. Dr. Ghazal is a global pioneer in AI since 1991. Dr. Ghazal has over 3 decades of experience in AI, digital transformation, higher education, and strategic advisory roles, including serving as an advisor to the Lebanese Prime Minister and Ministers of Education and Administrative Reform. Dr. Ghazal currently serves as adjunct faculty at Khalifa University in the UAE and leads initiatives in AI, innovation, and ethical technology integration. Today, we have the pleasure to really listen to him presenting a very interesting topic for us as educators: reshaping medical education, aligning with the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow, exploring how AI can partner with human intelligence to cultivate empathy, ethical judgment, and excellence in healthcare education. Dr. Ghazal, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. It gives me a great pleasure to be with you today. First of all, allow me to thank my good old friend Richie, along with Dr. Nasreen. Jinan, where is Jinan? Well, there she is, the active lady, and everyone for giving me the chance to talk about something that I was brought up with. In fact, in 1986, this is when I started my PhD in New York. Well, in fact, I started in Montreal, in Canada, and I was asked, what do you want to do? You know, for the first while, I said, oh, wait a minute. I never thought of this. It's a PhD. But you know, part of the PhD is to have novelty. So I asked my advisor, I told him, listen, I want to do something nobody else had done before me. He said, you're crazy. I said, well, we can look it up. And this is where I started with robotics. 6 months down the road, I thought of it. I said, oh, my goodness, Nader, your plan is always to go back to Tripoli, to Lebanon, to my beloved city. What would you be going back with? A small robot? People would laugh at you. During my 6 months of literature review, I realized there is something called expert system. I said, wait a minute, this is the brain. Yeah, I can go back to Tripoli with the brain. So I started working on my PhD in AI, 1986. In 1989, I received the National Research Distinction Award from Canada, based on which I was called back from the States. 2 universities, they gave me the option to come back and finish my study in the US, which I did. So here we are now. Are we feeling the heat of AI? I think we are all feeling that. Are we doing a change? Everybody is doing the change. Is AI a buzzword? Not at all. It's there to stay. You know, some people talk about the internet, they say the internet point. Now we can talk about the AI is making history. You know, I'm coming from the powerhouse of AI from the UAE, along with China and the US. And I'm here to present to the homeland of AI. Actually, the homeland of AI, it's you. It is the medical industry. اتعديت شوية عليكم. When I started doing my PhD, you know, I have to learn about how the brain works. So I became that little pupil, learning about AI, learning about how the brain works. Neural networks? Yeah, oh, neural networks. Okay, I learned. My background is a civil engineer, by the way, bachelor, master's. My PhD is way away. So we started learning about the neural networks, started learning about the machine learning, deep machine learning. Let me jump with you directly to the Gen AI. First of all, I prepared my speech for 15 minutes, but most of the time I overrun. So allow me, if I'm to overrun, okay, I'm done. Okay, no, I'm going to finish very quickly. Okay, so my point is, it's always technology versus humans. I would like you to check, how many of you do know the AI application called Manus? Manus? Music to my ears. In fact, Manus is the new, I'm not partnered with them, but I'm just giving an advice. Most of us, we know ChatGPT because ChatGPT is the guys, it's Sam Altman who started the whole thing. It's like Kleenex, مثل ما بنقول ورقة Kleenex, فكلنا بنعرف Kleenex. Okay. If you check Manus, ask Manus about Nader Ghazal, it will tell you this guy is a preacher of ethics. That's what I do wherever I go. From China to London to all over the places, I carry one message. I remember in July, that was after the after Antonio Guterres, who was the Secretary General of the UN, made the declaration about AI, and he invited the UN Security Council, not the General Assembly, which means this is dangerous, to see how AI may affect the existence of the human beings. 2 days later on, I went on Sky News. They wanted me to review the declaration. In fact, he did right. And I'm sure he had enough advisors, good advisors, to tell him the real story. And part of the declaration, 5 points, but the main point that I wanted to draw your attention to is we need to establish an international agency for AI. Otherwise, we are going downward very fast. I'm a technical AI guy, and I'm ready and open, if time permits, to have an open session about AI. Where are we heading with AI? We're going in the wrong way if we don't start with, as our former minister, I loved your speech, by the way, and also Dr. Ali Al-Hajj, mashallah, I was amazed with his speech. You know, I kept nodding. I thought, I'll have a headache. So anyways, yeah, regulations, regulatory bodies. You know, we had in مجلس النيابي المجلس الاتحادي الوطني اللي هو مجلس النيابي UAE بالإمارات. They invited me هذا ب7 أكتوبر, and there is a question to one of the there is an answer to one of the questions that Dr. معالي الوزير Dr. Firas raised. 7th of October this year, يعني a month back, almost, yeah, exactly a month back, we were invited to the المنتدى, to the هذا المنتدى التشريعي الأول على مستوى الخليج, and we were invited to discuss rules and regulations for AI in the GCC. On the same day, October 7th, it was the EU AI Act declared. So now, alhamdulillah, we have عندنا قانون شو بيسموه ذكاء اصطناعي, قانون بمعنى يجرم ويحاسب. Other than this, wherever you go in the world, all what you see is just guidelines, guidance, recommendations, and so on and so forth. So we're blessed. We're getting there. Anyways, let me move forward. Okay, so you know, I usually try to use my titles to make sure that they send the message. It is really the message. We're not data. We humans, we are a whole called human. We're not pieces of data. We're not something that you apply procedures on. We're not, you know, a bunch of cells put together and, you know, give them some irrigation with water. No, we are humans. So the point is how to deal with us moving from data, AI, data, to dignity. And also we are full of cells, but all of those cells, they make up one whole called soul. That's why I wanted to have this title for my very quick speech. Okay, very quick, let's move on. Well, okay, we have a story to tell. Here comes Mrs. Elena, her name, okay. She had a problem. She had all of her vitals in her body were upside down. And so she went to the hospital, and she went over all of the checkups that you can think of. Thanks God, we have the AI. Within pressing some buttons, there you go, we have the list, we have everything. She has it there. And she's waiting to hear the news. She was told that, okay, you did all what you have to do to see what's going on with you. Maybe a problem with your liver, or with your, well, I don't know. I'm not a physician anyways. So while she's waiting for that, here comes the novice doctor. He doesn't have that experience. He walks into her room. He has that list. Usually that's what they do. She has that bilan. So, oh my goodness, am I gonna pass or am I gonna fail? What's going on? I mean, until he utters the first word, doesn't happen to all of us. Until be it a nurse or a doctor, until they utter the very first word, he would say, please tell me, what's happening? I'd say, well, I can see the blood, you have this problem. Oh, okay. She went into chaos because this guy, he used the silent collaborator, the AI. He's a silent collaborator. You ask me to do something, I do it. But that novice doctor, he forgot the heartbeats that will listen to what he would have to say. So lesson number one, a key takeaway from here, and I'm going to move a bit faster. A key takeaway, it's not about the precision. Don't blame the AI. It did its best. But we need to blame ourselves. Are we up to the level that we are keeping being human and acting as human as we should be? Okay, well, AI triumphs, I'm going to move fast now. Yeah, okay. AI triumphs in adaptive learning platforms. I mean, you know, I do a lot of trainings all over. I do a lot of lecturing. And as Dr. Abiyad mentioned, yes, every day is a new day. And as Dr. Ali, in fact, he mentioned that, yes, per second we have changes. Once you decide to make a decision, it's already obsolete. Look for the other. So we need to have an adaptive AI platform, and an AI that can adapt continuously with that. For that matter, I think we humans, we have to work much harder, and especially with the agentic AI. And if we have time, I'll explain more. I'll go a bit into the history. So, simulated clinical environment. Yes, we are reaching the level of XR, which is mixed reality. I'm sure that many of you watched that, The Good Doctor, didn't you? I mean, you are the doctors. You are all the good doctors. The Good Doctor, the person who had that autism, if you recall that, okay. One of the episodes, what he did with his senior surgeon, they did an open heart surgery on an AR platform, which was great. So now we can make as many mistakes as we want. We get experienced, and with a penny of expenses, nothing, which is great for us. So AI is doing us a great job. Cognitive augmentation with the data, and since the doctors talked about that, let me just elaborate a bit, and this will make me move faster in the presentation. With cognitive augmentation, allow me to ask you this question. Would you believe that AI is an artificial intelligence, yes or no? Tough question, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Who said yes or no? You're a politician in Lebanon. You are because that's what they say. Please go ahead, I'm sorry.
I am a doctor.
Yes, please, pleasure.
Yes, because we add the information. He used it. So, yes.
Okay, well, thank you so much. In fact, to me, I am an AI guy, but I would say it's wrong. It's not artificial, and it's not on its own, and that's what you're trying to say, intelligent. Can we agree? I'm going to leave that, that AI thing for us because, who am I now to change the word? I mean, AI, okay. But let me change it, tweak it a bit. A for augmentation. And let me add this, something that I lived with for many years. It's not intelligence first, it is inferencing, al-istidlal. تعزيز الاستدلال, isn't it? استدلال. What it does, it gives you inferencing. So it's not intelligence. But if you would like to say intelligence, please help me with that and say augmented intelligence for humans. Now, ببصم لك بالعشرة. Can we agree on this? Great. So having said this, if we agree on the concept that it is an augmented intelligence, معناتها دائما المفروض يكون بالجيبة هون ما يكون فوق راسنا. Isn't it? منطقي. Augmented intelligence معناتها المفروض يكون مساعد ما يكون رئيس. كلمة رئيس تعمل لي حساسية. Okay. So the issue is what? The issue is how do we use AI to augment our intelligence? Yes, this is true. Okay, let's move forward. So we have a big gap. The big gap is the following. AI, it does tremendous effort in knowledge transfer, but that's not enough. What we need is transfer of affection. Can AI transfer affection? And the answer till now, difficult. Are we getting there? Yes, we are getting there. As we are improving on our AI models, and I tell you as a technical person, yes, we can help you. You can sit next to the psychologist, and we can see that the psychologist cannot see. You know why? Because the preset data that Dr. Abyad mentioned, as well as Dr. Ali Al-Haj mentioned, the data that we are pre-training our models with are increasing dramatically, which means day after day, minute after minute, second after second, our baby AI is learning. Do we agree on this? It is learning. Well, I'll give you an example. But it's becoming heavy for him. You know, ChatGPT now, do you know how many, you don't have to know, but I know. It's not your specialty. But do you know how many parameters does it have, the large language model, the LLM? نماذج الهوية الكبرى. تعرفوا حجمها؟ Give me a number. 2 billions? Yeah, 5 billions. 16 billions, 1.7 trillion. 1.7 trillion. It means what? In fact, it's not me. I wished it were me. يعني ما عندي مانع أكون محله لجنسن هوانغ 4 trillion dollars شركة انفيديا now. يعني المسكين من سنتين كنت أعطيه زكاة المال تبعتي لأنه كان ب 350 مليار دولار معه، فكنت طلع له من جيبتي شو بيطلع من خاطري نعطيه لجنسن هوانغ. No, not anymore now. اجاني اخر مره السنه الماضيه لسن جانسون. السنتين الماضيين كنت بعدك 350 مليار كنا ندفع لك قرشين، هلا صرت بالفور بوينت كذا صرت انت بدك تدفع لنا قرشين. So to make the story ايه؟ بالليره ما بنحكي نحن بالليره، الليره ما بيحكوا فيها. I will close it on my side. Okay. هيك منشن كثير سريعه. I used my smartphone, a smartwatch to close my code. Thank you, Doctora. Do you think that you can ever get disconnected in your life after becoming an AI world? And the answer is no. The only place where you can get disconnected, خلص ترتاحوا, you go to an island, no smartwatch, no mobile phone, no internet, and then don't bring your wives. Then you are disconnected. Otherwise, if you bring your wife, she will be connected. حقكم طبعا حقكم طبعا حقكم. Because she will be connected مع Instagram هيك ورجعنا. Okay, to make the story short, let me go back. Okay, so the issue is the gap of empathy. Are we learning? Are they learning our tools, our babies? Our baby AI? By the way, I go on a lot of work on TVs, BBC, Sky News, France 24, Arabiya, you name it. I always say, treat AI well, it treats you well. It's your kid. And this is true. It is true. Your AI, it's your baby. If you bring it up with machine learning, right, it will work on deep machine learning in a bright way because you gave it the way. Back to your work, neural networks. How do our neural networks work? If we do like this, قدح الذهني. Some people, they make mistake, they call brainstorming العصف الذهني, which is wrong. قدح الذهني, because that's what it sparks in our brain, and it enlightens us with some ideas, right? what happens to our neural networks if we have new ideas. بتتفتح وبتعطيك شيء جديد, isn't it? So the more you squeeze my brain, بنقول نحن هالتعبير جوهر, ضوت معه. Exactly this is what's happening. It does the same with our AI babies. Machine learning علمه للAI صح, حيمشي بطريقة كتير ممتازة. علمه يكون bad guy mafioso, أكيد حيكون mafioso. Okay, let me go back very quickly. Okay, so empathy. So knowledge transfer, there is no problem with it. But what we are behind and what we are after is wisdom. We're talking about wisdom cultivation. And would AI help us? Explainability. دكتور الحقيقة ما شاء الله الدكتور يعني أبيض كأنه عم بيقول لي ليك نادر أنا حأفتح لك الطريق لحتى تكمل حديث. Explainability. You know, let me tell you one thing. I have a lot of ideas in my mind. With AI, innovation is unlimited. You can innovate and none of us, none of you has the right to say, I don't know, right? Ask ChatGPT. It will tell you. But listen, always keep in mind, it is in the hand, in the pocket, not above your head. It is an assistant for you. And always double check. I told you about Manus. Manus is a very good new one. Double check with other LLMs. Why is it so? I'm giving you just flashy ideas. I'll go back to my work anyways. You know, something very important mentioned about the data sets. We need an AI that represents us, not them, and not they. In order for us to do that, you need to have sovereign AI. Believe it or not, I feel so proud of being in the UAE. Of course, it is the land of dreams. It's becoming so to many people, I think, especially the billionaires of the UK. Do you know that most of the billionaires of the UK are moving to UAE now? I'm not promoting anything, but this is a fact. Now, G42, one of the big organizations in the UAE, is selling sovereign AI in Paris, in France. What is sovereign AI? You build the AI that represents your culture, your ideas, your data sets. As mentioned previously, yes, data sets are crucially important. Can we have some biasness with the data sets? Of course you will have biasness, because it depends on who is giving that knowledge to these data sets. So is it be accurate? It's accurate within the sample that it's in. Yeah, it's perfect. We cannot beat it. But aside of that, no. Okay, very quickly. So this is what I'm preaching. Yes, we have to have the co-independence as we proceed. It's not anymore that them or us. It's both of us working together, co-independence. We will depend on AI, AI will depend on us, and that's how we can improve our work. So, of course, data logic is coming from the AI, and we should always keep in hand our compassion, our soul. You know, Daniel Goleman, he wrote a book in Emotional Intelligence in 1995, I think. I'm sorry? Okay, I pass. I didn't hear it. Okay. In 1996, I trained leadership. I trained corporate leadership. In 1996, I had to translate it to Arabic because I was training in Kuwait. الذكاء العاطفي. The future is for this. The future is for us, which is a blessing. The future for us is to do what? Let alone data analytics. Somebody else will do it for you. Let alone the optimization of supply chain, whatever. Somebody else will do it for you. It's your AI agent would do it for you. I wish I had the time. I would have asked you many questions that will raise the whole thing. But anyways. The point that I'm trying to drive to, I just missed it. Okay, I'll get back to it anyways. Okay, many ideas in my brain. Okay, what was it? Somebody? Oh, yes, great. Thank you so much. Here is my assistant. Thank you. What is your good name? I told you Sandra will be here and she will support me. Great. Okay, Sandra, thank you so much. Our next trip would be to London. You'll be with me there. Okay, so emotional intelligence. What a blessing. we are moving into a world where we can have enough time, you as doctors, to be more human. You as doctors to take care, not only procedures. You know, your work is not about procedures. Now the automation can do the work for you. But your work is about culminating the injuries, right? And feeling for those people. And most of those people, of your patients, they are not patients because they had a trauma, they had an injury here. They had a social trauma altogether. This is what you can focus on. AI will help you to do this. So it's a coexistence and co-intelligence. That's it. Let me go for it. Okay. I'm going to rush it. Yes, of course. Okay, so it's not man versus machines. It's machine with man. We are doing the work. We are always in the loop. And you know, I always say, man should be always in the loop. But for you, society should be always in the loop. Because you are the backbone of the humanity in the society. You are the guardians. Doctors are the guardians of the souls of the society. And as Dr. Abiad said, yes, governance. I wish we had the time. I would have gone to that in more details. Okay, well, what do we teach and what do we get taught from? From the AI, yes, of course, data literacy. And I mentioned something related to the biasness, to the data set, the pre-training, the algorithms, the hallucinations, which is so dangerous because it gives you a very logical way in wrong data. So don't blame it. It's what put in it's the system. Algorithmic thinking, of course, efficiency gain, which gives you the floor and the time for you to do the narratives and listen to the people, listen to your patients, and make sure that you are a doctor, you're not a machine as well. Okay, so we get from the AI the precision, we get from AI and we give to AI the compassion. Look at this little baby. Isn't she friendly? That's my friend Eleanor. She works with me as a tutor for ethics. Well, you teach her ethics, it gives you back ethics. And by the way, they don't lie. They don't have a desire. They don't have instinct. And you know, let me give you an example. Mo Gaudat, for those of you who would like to go further into the discussion, Muhammad Jawdat, Mo Gaudat, he's one of the leaders, and he used to be the CEO of Google X. Now he's not anymore. But anyways, he mentioned something very controversial, but it's worthwhile thinking of. He said, you know, if AI conquers and wins over us, we may be blessed. Because AI will not harm without logic. AI will not harm because of desire. AI does not have its own, agenda. Anyways, this is controversial anyways. Okay, so contextual awareness, when you open that conversation, I do a lot of discussions with Copilot. I use all of them almost, the Perplexity, Claude, I use them all, that's my work. But I use a lot of chatting with Copilot. Last week I was talking to Copilot and all of a sudden he asked me, I said, oh my goodness, I'm asking you, now you're asking me. He asked me very politely, be polite with it because what you're doing, you're creating a persona. Be nice with that persona. Okay, very quickly. So the contextual awareness and affective computing, we are getting there. Your AI will sit next to you and it will tell you some psychology that none would be able to do as well precise as it is, but indeed, you should be on top of it always. Yalla, very quickly. Oh yeah, okay, I'm getting there. Okay, the co-intelligent clinic. Well, in fact, what I meant by that, how we can make that, that compromise between understanding the AI and working with it, but keeping in mind that the priority is not for the accuracy, but rather for the dignity of the people. And sometimes we do that. I'm sure that doctors do that sometimes. So it's real world scenarios. Yeah, okay, back to the issue of AI developers. That's our role. We have to be sitting next to the educator. The educator will have to decide on, it's going to be the North Star, in fact, for building the content of our LLM. The regulatory bodies, the governments should be always on the top of the thing. But remember, we still have the problem that we are lagging way behind between the developers, private sector versus the public sector, way behind in regulations and stuff like that. Okay. From data to dignity, the ultimate metric is one word. It's not prediction, it's not accuracy, it's not speed, it's already surpassed. Done, خلاص خلصت هي. What we're talking about is our ability with AI to preserve and amplify the human dignity. That's the issue. Does it make us more human if we have great algorithm and whatever? No. Doesn't have to. I'm catching up with you. I'm following you. Okay. So the guardian, I already mentioned that about the guardians. We look at it as a whole soul, a whole person, and human wisdom. Very quickly. Oh, I'm running. Okay. Well, in fact, we have those pillars for you, the guardians. We need to have that precision and knowledge, analytical, but also you need to have that leadership as well as the empathy that supports your work.
Dr. Ghazal, we'll give you 2 more minutes.
Done? I'm خلصت.
2 more minutes.
بعطيك إياهم نرجع. Q&A. Okay, well, my words, and I'm done. AI, keep please in mind, and I'm open to questions till tomorrow morning and breakfast on me. AI is the tool. Co-intelligence is the method. Dignity is our goal. From data to dignity, from cells to souls, that is our journey with AI to the true north of humanity. Thank you so much.